Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to have another video, and this little video presentation is going to be on Compsognathus, with the name Compsognathus translating to defined or pretty jaw. I don't know how much of a pretty jaw, how defined this image of Compsognathus sort of comes across as, but scientists do have an unusual way of naming things. Compsognathus was a genus of small bipedal carnivores that grew to about the same size as a modern day turkey. And they're actually, you can see Compsognathus in the Lost World Jurassic Park film, and it also feature in Jurassic Park 3, but they are more commonly known in these films. Instead of being Compsognathus, they're just shortly called Compies. Here we got a delightful little feathery image of Compsognathus. These small little dinosaurs lived during the Devonian age during the late Jurassic period, some 150 million years ago. So far, specimens of this lovely dinosaur have turned up in both France and Germany, but it's actually possible that this pint-sized dinosaur might have had a wide distribution across most of Europe. Compsognathus is famed for being one of the smaller dinosaur species, with it only being up to 1 metre in length possibly, or 3 foot, just if you want a bit of a different perspective on length, and weighing between 0.5 and 3.5 kilograms at the most. Due to the Compies, or Compsognathus' small size, its diet was only likely limited to small lizard species. Compsognathus also made use of sharp vision and rapid acceleration to make short work of these helpless poor little lizards. Here we have a delightful image of Compsognathus, and I actually think this is probably the best image to actually see out of all the other images I've used for this slideshow. But Compsognathus is known from almost 2 complete skeletons, one originating from France and the other from Germany. The German specimen was acquired by physician and fossil collector Joseph Oppendorf in 1859. Othniel Marsh recognised the fossil as a member of Dinosauria in 1896, with good old John Ostrom redescribing the species in 1978. And one of the reasons I say good old John Ostrom because I commonly featured in my previous video about Utahraptor. The larger French specimen was discovered in 1971 within a limestone deposit near Nice in southeastern France. Ostrom had it labelled as Compsognathus lingipipes or lingipipes, but it's forever really how you want to pronounce it, because I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of that. With the specimen being on display in the Natural History Museum of Paris or Paris. Now, this image you're seeing here of Compsognathus is most likely been taken from the Jurassic Park films, either being a Lost World Jurassic Park or Jurassic Park 3, but this is the way they sort of depict Compsognathus. But the main source of prey for the delightful Compy appears to have been small lizards that, according to fossil evidence, were actually swallowed whole. Small invertebrates and mammals would have also been on a dinner menu for Compsognathus, and this little dinosaur would have been well adapted to catching fast-moving prey. This is due to long legs that featured a relatively small humerus, which indicates a fast runner. Here are some delightful factoids for you to indulge in, ladies and gentlemen, regarding Compsognathus. Let's begin. Compsognathus once held the record of smallest dinosaur for a long duration, but the record now belongs to Microraptor, which is quite conveniently named Small Thief. There is actually, despite some of the pictures you have seen, although this image doesn't really show Compsognathus having any feathers of any kind, and I don't actually know if this is a particularly accurate image of Compsognathus, but it came up when I searched for it. But moving on, there's actually no evidence as of yet to suggest that Compsognathus had feathers of any kind or any shape or any form, but that remains to be seen what we might discover in the future. Despite being portrayed in the Jurassic Park movies as a pack animal, there is no actual evidence so far to prove that Compsognathus hunted in packs, but due to its small, diminutive size, it's quite likely that Compsognathus might have actually been adapted to hunt in packs. Although around 18 million years separated Compsognathus from the first dinosaurs, which we would have seen in the Triassic period, such as Herosaurus and Urahraptor, it still maintained a very primitive appearance and not much change in overall posture and anatomy from these very old prehistoric dinosaurs. Rightio, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a lovely little dossier for you from a game called Ark Survival Evolved, a game I would highly recommend people to check out, which you can play on the PC or Xbox One. I currently have it on the PC, but due to my internet speed being incredibly slow, I tend not to play it on my computer, as the amount of updates that Steam seems to churn out on a regular basis drives me mad. It drives me absolutely mad. Put it quite frank. Well, on my Xbox One I can quite happily play it. But this creature, Compsognathus, features an ark. And to put it bluntly, it's a fucking pain in the arse. The amount of times I have been chased and mauled by packs of compies on that game, with the large majority of the time it results in my demise. And it is extremely frequent to be killed by these animals. Because what happens on this game, just like any of you do play Ark or want to check it out, is that one compy on itself will be passive towards you or might not necessarily attack you. But when they gather in a group, they get a huge attack bonus and a huge speed bonus, so you can't really get away from them. And it also has a tendency to, when you actually die on the game, you sort of keep your remains, or what items you have, for about 5 to 10 minutes. I think it's 10 minutes. But compies have a really annoying tendency to eat you, so any goodies you have on you at the time will completely go missing. But on the plus side, you can actually tame these as a pet, although why would you want one, I do not know. Here we got a very nice image of our superstar, Compsognathus, looking out into the distance. Or maybe it's actually just contemplating its next meal, possibly a small lizard or mammal. Or it's being rather more spiritual and contemplating its own existence. But Compsognathus is one of the smallest dinosaurs, and it's also one of the most well-known dinosaurs to science. With it being small, but an interesting little dinosaur in my opinion. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video presentation. Feel free to like the video and offer your feedback in the comment section. And finally, you can join the Raptor Pack today by subscribing if you'd like to see more. And I hope you have a very nice new year.